Welcome to Puckett Fieldhouse, campus of Central Methodist University in Fayette. Basketball action today. Bobcats in town from Peru State to take on the Eagles. First ball game, Lady Bobcats, 8-12 overall, 3-8 in the conference against the Lady Eagles, 18-4 overall, 8-4 in the conference, as you see up on your screen. So we'll get rid of that. You also see the Coaches versus Cancer logo up in the corner. And we're going to throw some stats out at you to let you look at these two teams before we get too far into this. As there we go. You'll see Peru State and Central fairly close in a lot of categories. 40.2% from the floor for Peru State, 41.8% for the Eagles. Peru State actually a little better, 29.3% from the three-point line to 28.7%. Peru State a little better from the free throw line, shooting 72.3% to 70.9%. But then you get down to the scoring. Peru State scores 68.8 and gives up 69.3. Lady Eagles scores 76.4 and give up 56.7. So those gives you a little idea about what you'll see. You will also notice, looking at that the Lady Eagles have made a lot more field goals on more attempts, made more free throws on more attempts, and made more three-pointers on more attempts. So those gives you an idea about that. Now we're going to run something up here for you that we have shown you the last couple of weeks, and we're going to do it again right now, as we're going to show you the conference standings and explain a little bit about that for you, as there comes up the Southern Division as well. And you will see from the conference standings for the women, in the Northern Division, Clark in first place with a 12-0 record. They beat the Lady Eagles last week by 10. Grandview, who will be here next Saturday, I believe, next at 11-1. Then Mount Mercy at 7-5. Culver 4-8. Peru State 3-8. William Penn 3-9. Graceland at the bottom of the pile at 2-10. In the Southern Division, Central Methodist, Benedictine, and Mid-America are all tied at 8-4 in the conference. But the Lady Eagles have a better winning number. They've both played. 18-4 is better than Benedictine 16-6 or Mid-America's 11-9. So technically Central's in first place right now in the division. Evangel in fourth place, 11-11 in the conference, or 7-5 in the conference. Valley at 6-6. Baker 3-9. Park 1-10. So. And I was talking to Coach Davis before the ball game about how the playoffs work. And he said they've made a change this year that the top three teams from each division make the playoffs. And then the next two teams with the best record, they can be in from the same division or they can be from difference, because last year they took a team with a sub-500 record in as the fourth team for one of the divisions. So they want to try and keep that from happening again. So top three get in. And then the last two spots are by the best record past the top three in each division. So, in theory, Central, if they win the South Division, would play the number 4 team, or the number 4 team from in the seedings on the other side. So, they could get, by winning the division, Central would get at least 2 home games. And Clark, without any losses, looks like they would be hosting all 3 games, including the championship, if they get there. So that's how this kind of looks for all of that. So we've gone through all of that with you, and you can see the standings. And those are current as of right now. In some games today that will be of interest beyond this. Let's see. We're looking to see who Benedictine and Mid-America. Benedictine is playing Clark today at 12-0, so that's going to be difficult. In fact, that game is probably over by now. We'll see if we can find that out as we go along. And then Mid-America is at Grandview, who's 11-1. So the Lady Eagles can put some space with a victory today over Peru State, as we anticipate that Benedictine and Mid-America will probably lose their ball games today. But if they don't, that will actually help Central a little bit more in the overall standings. So we're just about set to go. We've got all kinds of information for you as we'll get that out of there. We'll bring over some other stuff. We'll put the scoreboard up on the screen so you can see it. And got to fix our clock because it has disconnected and not working quite right. So we'll disconnect and then reconnect and see if we can get that figured out and get it working right, because there's 3:38 on the game clock. And there we go. So the clock is now up and working correctly. Take a quick look, if you would like, at the starting lineups for both sides. For Peru State, 0 Haley Ingram, a freshman out of Omaha, Nebraska, averaging 10.8 points per ball game. Maddie Duncan, number 3, a freshman, 5'6", out of Hamburg, Iowa. She's averaging 12.1. And then number 20, Jasenia Mosley, 5'8", redshirt junior out of Shenandoah, Iowa. 41, Julie Miller, a 6'2" sophomore forward out of Easton, Kansas. And she averages 5.5. And Samantha Stewart, a 5'8" freshman guard out of Mount Airy, Iowa. And she averages 12.3. So that would be the starting lineups, and you'll get to hear those from Gary Lenhart, PA announcer here. But we'll flip over now and go to the Central starting lineup. Number 0, Darina Bakarova, 6'1" junior forward, guard out of Minsk, Belarus. Number 13, Eternity Willock, 6'5" junior forward out of Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. Alicia McElroy, 5'8" senior guard out of Dallas, Texas. Nana Massanet, 5'9" freshman guard out of Trenton, New Jersey. And Leah Johnson, 6'3" freshman out of Ewing, New Jersey. And you'll see, you don't see their numbers on there, so I'll have to find them and read those to you because I didn't put them up on the screen right. Bakarova averages 15.4. Willock averages 11.4, McElroy 20.2, Massanet 10.4, and Johnson 10.3. So all 5 starters for the Lady Eagles average double figures. So there's where we stand with all that. We're just over a minute away. We will hear the PA announcer come up and talk about the characters of champions. And then we'll have the prayer before the ball game, starting lineups, and we'll be set to go here on the Heart Network. We're under a minute to go. Horn will go off here in just a few seconds, and then we'll be getting ready for action. Men's action coming up after the ladies' game today on the men's side. Central Methodist 15-8 overall, 6-6 in the Heart. Peru State 10-12, 5-7 in the Heart. Eagles on a little bit of a slide right now as they've lost 4 of their last 5 ball games. Looking to kind of cue that. Hopefully they're getting all of their players back soon, if not today, soon, because of COVID, because they've been playing short staff without some other valuable players for a little while. Lady Eagles, I will tell you, full strength today. Coach Davis says all 11 that are healthy are dressed out today. So on your right-hand side of your screen, you can see Coach Remy Laurie in his nice red jacket. And it is Coaches versus Cancer, so the coaches are all they're dressed and wearing tennis shoes today. So if you notice that they've done that, that's why it's Coaches versus Cancer. Central preparing for that. So just looking around, champions of character being explained. And then we will have opening prayer. And here that comes, and then Gary Linhart will give you the starting lineups.
Almighty God, you have created us to strive for our best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans the strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. Help us to honor you today in all we do on and off the court, and make us witnesses to your glory. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
And if you hear from time to time at the end of the anthem, the Lady Eagles do a yeehaw, that's because Remy Laurie, assistant coach here, has a tradition of pulling out his cowboy hat every once in a while when it's an important ball game. So we'll let you see. There are the starters for Peru State again. They're coached by Ian Holleran. Assistant coaches Brianna Bogard and Josh Cruzel. And now, and here come the Lady Eagles to be introduced. Averaging 15.4 points per ball game. Eternity Willock averaging 11.4 and 10 rebounds per ball game. Alicia McElroy averaging 20.2 points per ball game. Nana Massanet averaging 10.4. And Leah Johnson, number 34, averaging 10.3 points per ball game. And averaging over 9 rebounds per ball game. So there are your starting lineups for this as we get ready to go. Tipping off at about 2:05, looks like the start. As we're just about set to go, let me get starters off of the screen for you, get the scoreboard put back up. Make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. 30-second clock, 10 minutes on the game clock, and we are set to go. Hard action from Fayette. Still snow on the ground outside, piled up where it's been pushed out of the parking lots and whatnot. Temperature about 45 degrees here in Fayette today. Willock and Miller are going to jump it up. And it comes back to McElroy. Massanet looks inside. Zone defense by Peru State. Bakarova underneath. Willock gets it. Pass. Nice passes. 3 on the way. Rims out no good. Out with a rebound is Ingram. She'll bring it up the floor. Willock had a shot at putting one up from close range. Gave it to Johnson, who kicked it back out. Bakarova underneath the basket. Back out it comes. Around and around it goes. This is Mosley with it now. Duncan trying to find somewhere. Gets a shot off. Rolls around, no good. Johnson with a rebound. Kicks it out. Here comes McElroy up the floor. Baits everybody. Bakarova got a three lined up in the air. No good. Johnson tips it around. Gets it. Goes underneath. Puts it up off the glass and in. Leah Johnson. Lady Eagles are big. 6'3", 6'5" inside and a 6'1" guard. Miller with a pick. Duncan. And there's a touch foul. And that'll go on Leah Johnson. Not good for her to pick up a foul that far out. She's an inside girl, and she bumps inside quite a bit. So cut off. Almost taken away. Now it is taken away. Bakarova gets it. No, she can't stand up without traveling, so she stays on her knees, gives it to Massanet. Bakarova lines that one up, no good. Mosley with the rebound and gives it to Ingram. Bakarova with another steal to Johnson. McElroy on the run. Massanet. Ball fake. Bakarova in the lane, lays it up and in. Darina Bakarova with her first two, and 4-0 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Ingram over to Duncan. Tries a bounce pass through. Willock ends up with it, gives it to McElroy. Quickly ahead and too high and too far. That's about a 55-foot lead pass. It was just a little bit too high. J.C. Kennedy into the ball game. Bakarova checks out as they go a little smaller. This is Ingram with a basketball. Not going to get past Kennedy, I don't suspect. There's another bump that goes uncalled. Mosley, shot blocked by Willock, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Peru State. Bobcat basketball underneath their own basket. Lady Eagles have tried 5 shots so far, 2 of 5. Peru State 0 of 1. And that came at the end of the shot clock. Mosley spins. Got to look at it this time. Banks it up and in. Oh, that was Samantha Stewart. My bad. McElroy. Massanet. Kennedy. She's got a 3 lined up. No good. Willock with a rebound. Steps through. Nice pass to Johnson. Puts it up off the glass and in. As Mosley took a flop, didn't get the call, and Johnson lays it up and in. She's got 4. 6-2 is our score. There's a 3 right out of it. Round and back down. 6-5. As Maddie Duncan made that shot. Caught it, stepped right into it. McElroy. Kennedy. Massanet, top of the key. She puts a 3 in the air and hits it. First 3 of the game for the Lady Eagles. Nana Massanet. 9-5. Off the curl. To the hoop. Comes up short. Kicks it out. Kennedy looks. No numbers. Slows it up. Massanet, who just hit the 3. Top of the key, Kennedy. McElroy. Massanet just hit that 3 a second ago, and she's going to put another one in the air. That one's off the rim, no good. Ingram with the rebound. Duncan. Stolen away by McElroy. She's going to take it to the hoop. Gets hit. Blocking foul will be called after she didn't make the basket. That'll go on Samantha Stewart, I believe. Alicia McElroy is 72.2% free throw shooter. She has shot the most free throws on the team. She is 70 of 97 on the season. Rolls around and in. Her first point. Second one is a swish and a tie, and we've got a sub. Bakarova checks back in. McElroy checks out. So Kennedy now will be running the show on offense for the Eagles. Almost tipped away. Duncan with it. Stewart. Mosley going to go to the hoop. Going to get underneath the basket and be challenged. Kennedy on the floor with it. Tied up. Gets it out of there. Johnson's got it. Bakarova's got a 2-on-1 to Massanet. Nice bounce pass laid up and in. Nana Massanet. 13-5 as the Lady Eagles stretch it out. Coach Davis said he had a long heart-to-heart talk with the girls after the game last Saturday when they played up at Clark. And they're going to share the ball a little bit better and play a little harder and not dig themselves a hole. Bakarova, 3 on the way. Rims out no good, but there's Johnson. Back out. Robin Beck into the ball game, handles it for the first time. She's 24, top of the screen right there. Johnson, nice pass inside, lays it up and in. She's got 6, and a timeout called by Peru State with a score of 15-5. With that, we'll take a quick break as well and come right back right after this on the Hart Conference. No, we won't. We're going to let you stay here and watch the cheerleaders. How about the dance team? How about that? People might be wanting to watch them, so here you go. Lady Eagles upcoming that you'll see, they have Benedictine, and that's a big ball game because Benedictine has the same 8-4 conference record as of today. And then Grandview here on the 5th, and that's Grandview that's got 1 conference loss, so they're sitting in 2nd place in the North Division. And then they go to Evangel, and they get to play one of their 2 losses. One of their 2 forfeit losses is to Evangel. And then right after that, they play Park, and that's the other one of their COVID losses. Coach Davis said it was brought back up again, appealed about having the losses on their schedule, on their record. And he said that it was argued to no avail. They will stay, and it really hurts their percentage, having lost to Park, because Park's only conference win is that forfeit. So, back to action. This is Duncan with it. Underneath. Beck closes, but the basket good by Miller. Bakarova inside. Willick. Free throw line jumper good by K.D. Addison just into the ball game. 17-7, under 4 to go here in this first period. This is Ingram. Nice cut through the lane by Mosley, lays it up and in. Her first 2 points of the ball game. Beck. She likes to shoot from that spot right there on the floor. Bakarova. Kennedy. Beck on the baseline. Jumper on the way. Rolls around and in. Robin Beck with her first points of the ball game. She's up to averaging over 6 a game now for the Lady Eagles off the bench. Miller. Duncan. Mosley in the corner. Got bigs all over the place. Bakarova steals the pass, trying to get inside to Miller. Addison to the basket. And we've got a blocking foul, and there's 2 Bobcats down on the floor. We'll see which one he chooses. He chooses Mosley for the foul. That'll be her first personal foul. McElroy back in. Kennedy out. Kennedy doing great work off the bench. 6.9, almost 7 points a game off the bench. Addison at the free throw line. First one's good. She's a 65.5% free throw shooter on the season. 20-9. Largest lead for the Eagles. Second one rattles off, no good. Miller comes down with it. Knocked out of bounds. Addison knocked it off of Miller, came back up and went off Miller's hands out of bounds. And we got a sub coming in. Maria Alcantara back in or into the ball game for the first time for the Bobcats. Replaces Mosley. Oh, tried to lob it into Addison, but it got knocked away from her, but she gets it back. Bakarova takes it back away. Addison. McElroy looks for somebody inside. Beck straight away. Corner it goes Addison. She pulls into the baseline, kicks it back out. Behind the three-point line. She's got it lined up. No good. Beck almost had the rebound. Alcantara with it. Miller on the baseline. Turns for a jumper. No good. Willick has the rebound. Natasha Deal also into the ball game for Peru State. Bakarova, another one in the air, kicks out, no good. Nice block out by Deal inside as McElroy couldn't get to it. Eagles 1 of 9 from the three-point line. Duncan looks for somebody to pass to. Alcantara goes off her leg. Beck on her. She turns the corner off of a pick. In the lane. Miller with a jumper won't go. And McElroy comes out, and it's going to be called the jump ball, and that will be Peru State ball. And McElroy does not like that. Massanat back in. Keisha Snyder's 5'10 freshman out of Winnebago, Nebraska, into the ball game for Peru State. Alcantara. Try to get it inside to Snyder. Battle, battle, battle. Two ladies go flying in the air. Bounce pass off to the side. Jumper no good. Tipped around. Goes out of bounds. Over the wall and out. 1:34 to go. 20-9. First period of play. Puckett Fieldhouse here in Fayette. Addison steals the inbounds pass, but she's going to be called for a foul. That's KD's first personal. Team foul number 2. Only 4 fouls been called so far. Total. This is Deal with the basketball, looking for somebody. And a 3-second violation. I think we get maybe one of those every once in a while. They're not called very much anymore, but called there. McElroy to bring it up. 11-point advantage. 1:23 to go here in the first quarter. Bakarova. Massanet, she's got the 1-3 in the ball game, and now she's got a pair of them. Out to 23. And there's a steal by Willick. 3-on-1, 2-on-1. Addison lays it up, no good. Willick running the floor. Tip missed. Gets it back, puts it up and in. First points for Willick. Underneath it goes. Snyder has her shot blocked, but right into the hands of another Peru State player. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Central basketball. 31.2 to go. 3 subs getting ready to check in. That would be Mosley, Miller, and Stewart back into the ball game. 1.2 second difference between shot clock and game clock. So let's see how Coach Davis wants to play this at 25-9. Going to let it roll all the way up. I don't know why it's not a 5-second violation, but it's never called that way. I guess they got the ball in bounds, whether it was touched or not. McElroy going to run it down. Look for a shot with about 2 or 3 seconds to go. Not enough time for Peru State to do anything about it, but enough time to get a good shot and maybe a rebound on a miss. Addison has it. Bakarova. McElroy, bench counting it down. All the way across to Bakarova. And a shot clock violation. It'll go back to 1.2. It's the end of the period, but there should be 1.2 seconds left. It's not over yet, as they tell them to come back out on the court. There was 1.2. They put 0.2 back up. That's not going to help very much because you can't do anything with that. Coach Davis says don't foul. Heave makes it about 3/4 of the way down the floor. So 25-9 is the score at the end of the first quarter. Give you a quick rundown on the scoring. For Peru, they're led by Maddie Duncan with 3, and then 2 points apiece for Jasenia Mosley, Samantha Stewart, and Julie Miller. That's the 9. As you can see, the dance team out again. For the Eagles, Nana Massanet has 8. Leah Johnson, 6. Addison with 3. Bakarova with 2. Willock with 2. McElroy with 2. And Beck with 2. 25-9. Students are back on campus, so that's how we've got dance team and all today, cheerleaders and all. They pushed back, postponed the date that students had to be back by a week to give everybody another week to try and recuperate and not bring anything back with them from where they came from. The only students that were here on campus were the international students who had booked their flight in advance and didn't want to change their flights. So they were here last week, but everybody else is back today. In fact, Quentin's going to tell me they've been here all week. Aren't you, Quentin? Yep. Quentin just tells me that Benedictine beat Clark today, 66-64 in overtime. So they're 9-5, and that gives Clark their first loss in the conference. Massanet, Addison, Bakarova with the ball. McElroy and Johnson on the floor in the lane. Johnson with a nice pass, shares it back out. Addison back to Johnson, spins, back out. 3 on the way, hasn't been good to the Eagles so far. Massanet with a rebound, puts it back up and in, and she's got 10. She's got her average early today, 27-9. Knocked away. McElroy comes out with it. She's directing traffic. Kicks it, and there'll be a charge on McElroy as she ran into and over Stewart. First foul. Maddie Duncan back into the ball game. Miller, Mosley, Stewart. Underneath, Miller lays it up too hard as Bakarova challenged that. Addison, Bakarova. McElroy going to launch the 3 and hit it. Arlesia McElroy. She's got 5. She averages 20. Knocked out of bounds off of the foot of, they say it went off of Ingram. She wants to talk about it, but no luck there. Willock back in. And Addison will check out, so back to the big lineup, 6'3", 6'5", and Bakarova's 6'1" on the floor. Miller at 6'2" on the floor, the biggest player for Peru State. This is Willock a long way away. Almost palms the basketball. Now she gets planted inside. McElroy to the basket. Johnson with a rebound. Back up and in. She's got 8 in the ball game. 32-9. Eagles out rebounding Peru State 14-9, 15-9 as Bakarova pulls down the Snyder miss. Massanat to McElroy, and another timeout called by Peru State. We want to thank our corporate partners for their continued support of CMU Athletics. MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. We want to wish the best of luck to Jennings Premium Meats, as this is their last sponsorship, as they're closing down their processing plant where they would take your cattle in and then do all the work on them and sell it, as they're going to go ahead and concentrate on their snack stick program, Pop's Snack Sticks, which has been a big hit for them. So this is their last day of operation today at Jennings Premium Meats, and then they will rebrand out as the Pop's Snack Sticks. So we want to thank them for their support over the last couple of years and wish them the very best. Great place, great people. Stewart looks inside. Gets it to Thomas. Try a pick and roll. Johnson ends up with the ball after it was knocked away by Massanat. McElroy. Bakarova. Top of the key. That's Massanat. Back to Bakarova. She squares a 3 up and hit. Oh, halfway down. I had that one in the book. And a foul will be called, and I think that will go on Eternity Willock. I think she got a hold of an arm. Her first personal foul, first team foul of the second period.
Substitution, number 11, J.C. Kennedy.
Kennedy in, Bakarova out. Ingram with it. Duncan's got a 3. Runner there on the way and good. She's got 5 in the ball game. She's the leading scorer for Peru. McElroy got it back. Willock in the lane, squares, goes to the hoop, puts it up, can't get it to go, but gets her own rebound, can't get it to go. Fouled by Miller, I believe. That will be her first personal foul. If there is a weakness in Eternity Willock's basketball game, you're getting ready to see it in just a second. She is a 42% free throw shooter. Doesn't get the shooter's touch on either one. Got a lane violation on Peru State. Jasenia Mosley called for that. Willock gets that one to go. So she doesn't get the hat trick of being 0 for 3. 1 for 3. She's got 3 points in the ball game, and the lead is up to 35-11. Cleaning up some fluid off of the floor. This is Duncan with the basketball. Got McElroy on her. Hands it off. That's Mosley, and a foul will be called on J.C. Kennedy. Her first personal foul. Her first, team number 3. Mosley to bring it in. Ingram with it. She's a freshman out of Omaha. She's got Johnson on her now. Double teamed. Mosley with a 3 from straight away, hits it. Oh, they say 2-point, but her foot was on the line. So she gets credit for 2. She's got 5. Massanat. McElroy, she could take that anytime she wants. Massanat can take that anytime she wants. Willick. There's Massanet, got it squared up. She's got a pair. That one comes up short. And Ingram with a rebound. Duncan. Mosley. Back into the corner. Ingram with a three on the way and hits it. She's got three, her first points of the ball game, 35-17. McElroy with the ball after Kennedy. This is McElroy with it here. Kennedy, Massanet inside to Johnson. Willick in the lane, loses a handle on it, on the floor. Out with it comes Ingram. Duncan with a three on the way, no good. Miller with a rebound, has her shot blocked, but a foul on Johnson. That's her second personal foul.
Fouls on the Eagles. Number 34, Leah Johnson, may foul her second. Fourth team foul on the Eagles. Substitution for Central Methodist.
See the sunshine coming through the windows on the court. That kind of plays havoc with our camera a little bit, but Bakarova back in, as is KD Addison. Miller at the free throw line. 76% free throw shooter. Second one is good. Bakarova behind the Bakarova. There she's in the lane. Beck on the baseline with a jumper, hits that. Robin Beck. She's getting more and more playing time each ball game. Almost a steal by Massanet. That's Snyder that she almost stole it from. Three on the way, and good. Ingram's got six, pair of threes, 37-21. So it was 19 for a moment. Massanet, Bakarova. Addison to the hoop, puts it off the glass and can't get it to go. Battles for the rebound, and she'll be called for a foul. And that will get Peru into the bonus.
Substitution for Central Methodist, number 22, Alicia
McElroy back in.
Number 33, Keisha Snyder.
As that's the second foul on Addison. Schneider at the line. First free throw is good. She's a 66.7% free throw shooter. Hits both of those. Coach Davis getting to talking to from the official. He says, I may have an injured basketball player, and you didn't stop the game. Official tells him that's enough. Coach Davis walks back over, sits back down. Massanet, Kennedy, back to Nana Massanet. McElroy. McElroy with a three, no good. Beck tries to get it. Miller has it instead. 5-0 run for Peru State. That pass is low, and that'll be a turnover. Take your pick, traveling, palming the basketball, but it's a turnover on Duncan. 4 minutes to go exactly here in the second period. Peru State outscoring Central right now 14-12 in this period. Massanet, left-hander down the lane. Little runner won't go. Beck tries to tip it around. Snyder has it. Gets it out to Duncan. Ahead to Mosley. She's got a three. Kennedy gone her. Snyder. Duncan. Ingram steps around, shoots and misses. Over the back is Miller, and that'll be her second personal foul. It's only team foul number 2.
Fouls on the Bobcats, number
in this period. Her second foul. Maria Alcantara back into the ball game. And Miller will go out with her 2 fouls. 37-23. Bakarova not having a very good shooting night from the outside, so she's going to pass those for a little while. There's Bakarova. She'll drive the basket, though. She'll get in position off of a cut to get a pass, to get open. There she is. And she's called for a travel. As she wanted to shoot, she thought about it, and then she decided to go, and it's a turnover. $12 for Peru State. That's the 5th turnover of the first half of the second, this half of play for Central. Ingram done a nice job as a freshman, controlling the game. Down she goes, off the glass, up and in. She's got 8. Coach Davis going back to big to cut that out. Kennedy. Massanette's got probably the 2 3-pointers in the game. Kennedy right through, back out. McElroy down the lane, scoop shot no good. Snyder with a rebound, 2:26 to go here in the second period. Coach Holleran says slow it down. Duncan, jumper from the baseline, good. And a timeout call by Central. Be a full timeout. So we'll hurry up and get it in before the dancers get out here. Community Auto Sales and Service is a one-stop shop for all your automotive needs, from brakes, tires, and oil changes to front-end alignments, engine repair, batteries, and state inspections. They have everything and could do anything to keep you on the road safely. Proud supporter of Eagles Athletics. Peru on a 10-2 run right now. Kennedy, McElroy, Massanat, Bakarova, and Willock in the ball game for the Lady Eagles. Ingram, Duncan, Alcantara, Mosley, and Snyder on the floor. Timeout is over. And we're back to action with 2:14. 19-point lead not long ago, down to 10. So that's an 11-2 run, or a 10-1 run, rather. Bakarova, Massanat. Bakarova, 3, steps into it, no good. Just hasn't had the touch today yet, but it's still early for her. This is Ingram with the basketball. Duncan, they're both freshmen. Things are looking good for Peru State in the future. Snyder, ball fakes Willock. Willock still blocks it, but she's called for a foul, and that's her second personal foul. She's got 2. Johnson's got 2. Looks like Allison French getting ready to check in.
Number 13, Eternity Willock. That foul, her second. At the line for the Bobcats, number 33, Keisha Snyder. Eagles substitution, number 12.
Snyder at the line, 2 for 2. French checks in. Bakarova checks out. Chance to get it to single digits here. And she does. 3 points, all on free throws for Keisha Snyder. She's a 5'10 freshman out of Winnebago, Nebraska. Makes them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. What was 19 not long ago is now 8. French. Willock tries to weave her way. It's knocked away from her. It's on the floor. French tries to get it but can't. Alcantara. And that's McElroy that took the shot in the face. Or is that Kennedy? It's Kennedy that's down on the floor. She hops up. Coach Davis wants to know how that's a foul. They're going to go look at it. They're going to do a monitor review. Coach Davis wants to know how in the world is that a foul when she gets hit in the face. He thinks maybe an elbow was swung. We'll soon see. Coach Holleran says they're just going after the ball. So they've called the timeout, and they're going to go to the monitor, I believe. Officials talking about it. Did you see anything? Nope. Did you see anything? Because I'm going to tell you, if they saw anything, they would have called it to begin with. So to say, did you see anything is pretty much a moot question that's not going to get an answer other than no. So they're going to go look at it. While they do that, with 1:19 to go in this half, tell you that at halftime, we'll stick around and watch and see if the dance team does something, and then we'll go to a commercial break, and then when we come back, Quentin Norris is going to tell you what's going on here at Central. Eagles have scored 12 points in this quarter. Peru State has scored 20. So we have two officials looking at the monitor. Third at midcourt, as is customary. They're looking at the replay of Kennedy. And I will mention that J.C. Kennedy is playing with a heavy heart, as she has a death in her family. But bless her heart, she's out here playing for her team. Now one of the officials is going to trade spots with the other one and said, "This is what, see what you can see." And the official wants Peru State to get away from the monitor, go back to their bench area. 1:19 to go, and it's an 8-point ball game, and Peru State, as of right now, has free throws to cut it down to 6 before halftime. Haley Ingram with 8, Maddie Duncan with 7. Jacinia Mosley 5, Keisha Snyder with 4, Julie Miller 3, and Samantha Stewart with 2. Nana Massanet with 10, Leah Johnson 8, Alicia McElroy with 7, Beck with 4, Addison with 3, Willock with 3, Bakarova with 2. Scoring for everybody concerned. We'll look at some more stats now that they've gotten updated. 12 turnovers for Peru, 6 for the Eagles. Points in the paint, Central Methodist with 18, Peru with 8. Not a big surprise when you got 6'3" and 6'5" in there. 3 officials are going to talk about it at midcourt, and then they'll go explain it to the 2 coaches and to our PA announcer and the scorekeeper so that everybody knows what the story is. Third official puts his mask on so he can be part of the conversation between the 2 coaches. Both walk away. Peru State's coach claps. Coach Davis goes back over and gets ready to sit down. So it looks like the foul will stand. Nothing else will happen. So Alcantara at the free throw line, and she makes the first. She's a 77.8% free throw shooter. Second one is short. Eagles with a rebound. Guess that foul was on Willock because there's 3 up on there. No, there's 2 on the board for her. So she's got it here. Kennedy with the foul. She's got 2. Massanet with a 3 off the rim. No good. Nice block out inside by Mosley. Ingram. Duncan. Back to Ingram. Snyder thought about a three. I'm sure that was a fleeting thought. Alcantara tries to get it inside. Knocked out of bounds. No foul called as Mosley goes tumbling to the court side. 38.4 to go. 10 on the shot clock. Snyder. Mosley. Double team taken away by McElroy. She's going to go straight to the hoop, look for some foul, doesn't get it. Willock running the floor, gets the rebound. French, bank shot up and in. Allison French, her first points. 39-30. Peru will take the last shot. They're going to play for the last shot of this first half, second period. Here comes a double team, and Kennedy's going to pick up a hooking foul, and that'll be her third personal foul. So back to the free throw line, and I will tell you the disparity there. This will be free throws 8 and 9, or 9 and 10 for Peru State. Central has shot 6. Bakarova checks in. Kennedy checks out. 13.1 to go. This is Ingram at the line. First one back of the rim and out. No good. Nobody from Peru on the free throw line. So unless Ingram gets her own rebound, and she makes the second one. 39-31 with 13 and counting down. McElroy, Massanet, down the lane, kicks it back out. McElroy with 1 on the shot clock. Floater no good, and we're at halftime with a score 39-31. So 14 points for the Eagles in the second period, 22 for Peru State. The men will come out. We're going to see if the dance team or anybody's coming out. They were, but it looks like Peru's going to take the court and the men and shoot some. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, Quentin Norris will have some halftime information for you. We'll be right back right after this on the Heart of America Athletic Conference Network.
How do you become better prepared for today's job market? You choose a better way of learning. At Central Methodist University, we are proud to be one of the first to offer a new comprehensive digital approach to teaching and learning that changes everything. Introducing Digital U. Digital U, available only on the CMU campus in Fayette, transforms the entire learning experience. It's so much more than simply incorporating smart devices into the classroom. Utilizing technology to better engage students, Digital U offers enhanced, never-before-available learning. The technology of Digital U begins with iPads, which are provided at no cost by the university. Over time, fewer textbooks will be needed, which should mean lower cost for most students. At Digital U, students will learn in the same way in which they live, with the access and ease that only this level of technology can provide. And Digital U doesn't just transform the student experience. Faculty can use their devices for everything, allowing for more time and access to teach and guide their students. The Digital U program is made up of many advanced elements, including replacement of some traditional textbooks with ebooks, incorporation of Apple TVs in the classroom, specialized new learning apps, the ability to attend class on their device while traveling for sports, music, and other CMU activities, improved communication and collaboration, greater faculty-student connection, and so much more. Digital U incorporates these dynamic digital experiences into the traditional classroom, and students come energized, engaged, and excited to learn. Digital U is not a replacement for traditional learning. It's an enhancement, providing new and greater ways of learning. At last, a connective traditional education that moves at the speed of the real world. Get more from your college experience with CMU's Digital U. Contact us today. CMU. Be more.
Life in college has changed forever, and now you get to choose the college experience that fits your world, your way. It's your education. Finally, you get to choose. Central Methodist University is the place to start your journey, whether it's learning online or going to class in person and enjoying all a traditional college life offers, like the digital U technology and lifestyle at Central. Central has a network of offerings that are hard to beat, from nursing to marine biology, from chemistry to music performance and cybersecurity. The athletic programs at Central are among the best in the country. The campus is safe, and there are dozens of clubs and organizations from which to choose.
We're back here at Central Methodist University, Puckett Fieldhouse. Quentin Norris telling you what's going on right now. Of course, after the women's game is over, of course, the men's basketball team, they'll be taking on Peru State as well. 4 o'clock, probably 25 minutes in between action. So we'll probably have the pregame show maybe 15 minutes before the tip-off as well. And then, of course, the men's and women's basketball team on February 2nd, they'll be headed to Atchison, Kansas for a doubleheader taking on Benedictine. Women will play at 5:30, the men at 7:30 p.m. And then, of course, just about 6 days from now, the baseball team tips off the 2022 season with a 4-game series, starting with a doubleheader on Friday at 1 o'clock against Our Lady of the Lake. And then next Saturday, they'll take on Our Lady of the Lake in games 3 and 4 of this series. The home opener is 6 weeks from today, taking on Graceland. 1 o'clock start time. We'll have the pregame show at 12:45 p.m. Looks like I will have the play-by-play of that broadcast as well. And then, of course, softballs, they'll be tipping off their season, I think, on February 11th, taking on LSU Alexandria down in Alexandria, Louisiana. And then the next home game, next Saturday, the women and the men's team will welcome in Grandview. Women will start at 2. The men at 4. I think pregame show about 1:45. Does that sound right to you? And, of course, Charlie Brown nodded his head, says yes. So that's what's going on. And I'll tell you one thing, it's nice to have our students back here on campus.
Life in college has changed forever, and now you get to choose the college experience that fits your world, your way. It's your education. Finally, you get to choose. Central Methodist University is the place to start your journey, whether it's learning online or going to class in person and enjoying all a traditional college life offers, like the digital U technology and lifestyle at Central. Central has a network of offerings that are hard to beat, from nursing to marine biology, from chemistry to music performance and cybersecurity. The athletic programs at Central are among the best in the country. The campus is safe, and there are dozens of clubs and organizations from which to choose. Or, if a different way of learning is your thing, we have classes across Missouri and online. Get your college experience on track your way. Choose Central Methodist University. Fayette, Missouri, online and statewide.
Back at Puckett Fieldhouse, 39-31, halftime score. You see the men out shooting while the women are in the locker room. Common occurrence. I'm going to run over and get you some stats. We'll throw those up on the screen right now for you so you can see some numbers. 39-31 is the score in the first half. Field goal percentage, Peru State 10 of 23 for 43.5%. Central 16 of 39, 41%. 7 of 10 for Peru from the free throw line, 70%. 4 of 6 for the Lady Eagles, 66.7%. And here's where Peru has made money today, and Central has come up empty most of the time. 4 of 7 for Peru State from the three-point line, shooting 57.1%. Eagles are 3 of 17 for 17.6%. Rebounds, 19-18 in favor of the Bobcats, which is surprising. Coach Davis will probably be talking about that. Offensive rebounds, 5 for the Bobcats, 9 for the Eagles. And turnovers, 13 for Peru State versus 6 for the Lady Eagles. Looking at other information off of the first half, assists, Central with 12 assists on their 16 made baskets. Only 6 assists for Peru on their 10. Still pretty good. Steals, Central with 10, Peru with 2. Fouls, Central with 10, Peru with 4. Bench points, 9-5 in favor of Central. Second chance points, 10-2 in favor of Central. And points in the paint, 20-8 in favor of Central. So those are some halftime stats for you. Again, Central 18-4, 8-4 overall. Those 4 losses include 2 forfeits, which have hurt, according to Mike Davis, quite a bit. So we'll get the stats off of there, get the scoreboard back up so you make sure that you can see where we're at here at halftime. Scoring in the first half for the Bobcats, Haley Ingram with 9, Maddie Duncan with 7, Jasenia Mosley with 5, Keisha Snyder with 4, Julie Miller with 3, 2 for Samantha Stewart, and 1 for Maria Alcantara. For the Eagles, Nana Massanet with 10, Leah Johnson with 8, 2 fouls, Alicia McElroy with 7, Robin Beck with 4, K.D. Anderson with 2 fouls, had 3 points, Eternity Willock with 3 points, and she's got 2 fouls. Dorina Bakarova with 2, Allison French with 2, J.C. Kennedy did not score, and she has 3 personal fouls. So that's where we're at, as Kennedy's the only player in any kind of foul trouble with 3. Miller has 2 for the Bobcats. Several players for Central with 2, as they were called for 10 fouls in the first half. The Bobcats only had 4 fouls called on them. So the men are out here warming up. Ladies have not come back out yet. Coach Sherman with a 15-8 record on the season, his Eagles. 6-6 in the Heart. Peru State 10-12, 5-7 in the Heart. As the ladies come back out. And we'll switch our camera over to them so you can see them warming up as we get ready for the second half to get underway. Coach Davis back out. He's assisted by Remy Laurie and LaJanea Kimbrough. Lady Eagles need to start a little bit of a push here for the postseason. They got Benedictine, who just knocked off the top team in the North standings and gave Clark their first loss of the season today. And then Grandview's here, and they've got 1 conference loss. And then Evangel, Park, Mid-America, and Missouri Valley. And that's the end of the regular season. And I believe that the playoffs start somewhere around February 23rd, 24th. And Rachel Moore, the SID here, said that she believes it will be that Central, if they finish in the top 2 in their division, which they're in first place right now, would host the first round game, and then win that would probably host the second round game as well. And if they make the NAIA tournament, either by being regular season champions, which looks slim at this point, or the conference champion, or a wild card berth, that there will be, there looks like there's going to set up 3 pods, or set up pods of 3 teams, where the 2 lower seeded teams will play each other, with the winner then to play the higher rated team. So if that's the case, Central could be the top rated team in that pod and get a bye to the finals. Depends on who else is in their pod, though. They could have a team rated higher than them in the pod, and they would have to play the Friday night game and then turn around and play a Saturday ball game as well. So, but that's somewhere down the line. We need to get regular season going. As I was talking to Coach Davis, he said the important game is the one today for his ladies. As he said they did not play well at Clark and did not play as he had hoped they would have played with. He thought they were maybe a little on the selfish side and a little bit on the side of not totally committed to everything that was going on. So, but that's that story, and we're done with that. Now we're into the next set of ball games as they won their next ball game, went on the road and beat Graceland last week by the score of 71-51, I believe, and that is correct. Again, these teams, Peru scores 68.8, gives up 69.3. Lady Eagles, on the other hand, scores 76.4, and they're kind of on track for that right now, and they give up 56, which Peru's on course to get more than that in the ball game. AirLink Rural Broadband is your local wireless and fiber internet provider, family-owned and operated with coverage options in Sheridan, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Interested in wireless or fiber service? Visit us at airlink123.com for information on all your internet needs. We'll get our other camera set back up again. There it is. As we've got a minute to go, Willock, Bakarova, Massanat, Johnson, and McElroy, the original 5 starters for the Eagles. Coach Holleran having a long talk with the ladies over there. In fact, it looks like Josh Krusel, the assistant coach, is doing some of the talking right now. And it looks like they are not back to their original starters. It's Ingram, Duncan, Mosley, Miller, and Snyder on the floor, and it will be Peru State basketball to start this third quarter of action. And the Lady Eagles are coming out with a press. Picking them up at half court. This is Ingram with the basketball. Tipped away by Massanat. It'll stay there. Try to get it to Ingram, get it to Snyder instead. Now Ingram has it. Duncan, Snyder in the corner. Looks for somebody to cut. Back out to Duncan. She goes around. Up off the glass and in. She's got 9 in the game. 9 for her, 9 for Ingram. See if the Lady Eagles do something other than settle for 3-pointers. There's Johnson inside. She got a long pass, puts it up. She's fouled, and if that goes on Miller, that's foul number 3. It does not. It goes on Mosley, her second personal foul. Johnson at the line. Very good free throw shooter. 77.8. She is 50 of 64. Misses that one, of course, after I mentioned that. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Peru State. They want more people back in the backcourt to help out. As Duncan's going to take it out. Into Mosley. Miller. Almost travels. Ingram almost stepped into the backcourt. Duncan. Bakarova on her. Turns her away. Duncan still with it. Wants it to go the other way. Ingram's going to run it that way and then reverse. Duncan in the corner. Blocked by Johnson. But a foul will be called and down to the floor hard. And she's a little woozy. That's Maddie Duncan. Hit her head. She's not walking a straight line. Leah Johnson's third foul, more importantly. Duncan at the line. They're going to talk to her a little bit. She says she's okay. Of course she does. She wants to stay playing. She is a 75.3% free throw shooter. So let's see how she does with the first free throw. Halfway down and skims out. Lead is down to 7. It was as much as 19 at one point in time. And now it's down to 6 at 40-34. Lady Eagles had 25 points in the first quarter, and they've only scored 15 since. Willick inside, score. Nice pass from Nana Massanat. Willock with 5. Looks like the thought is get the ball inside. And a timeout call. I don't know how in the world that could be a timeout. Nope, it's a foul called on Haley Ingram. Her first. Knocked away, and she must have grabbed a hold of McElroy. Willock. Massanet in the corner. Clock should have been set to 30. It was set to 20, so they're going to reset it to 28. As they're going to talk about it, which would make sense because the ball was in Peru State's hands in the front court, knocked away, foul called. Goes to Central. You would think they get the full 30. As they're going to talk about it, and it'll take much longer than the 10 seconds that they're going to put back on the clock. I don't know why this is a reviewable thing. They can't remember that Peru had the ball in the front court dribbling it when they lost it. But we've got a break. Men coming up about 20 minutes after this one ends, which looks like that'll be a 4 o'clock start because I don't think they will start early. It's 3:07 and we into the second half, so it may be close to 4 o'clock. Depends on how many monitors we have to look at, how many replays we need to see, and how many fouls we get called. We had 14 fouls called in the first half, 10 against Central, 4 against Peru State. We've had 3 calls so far here in the second half. So they reset it to 20 seconds. Why they did that, I have no idea. And Coach Davis wants an explanation, and I put it at 28. Now that's where I told him that 2.5 minutes ago. McElroy, ball inbounds. Willock, Massanat. Willock now goes post underneath. They look for some room. Johnson, not her forte out there. McElroy to the hoop, scoop shot, can't get it, spin it in. Miller with a rebound, goes through her hands, and Snyder comes up with it. This is Ingram with the ball. Around. Massanet jits in the way, but Ingram puts it up off the glass and in, and she's got 11. Double figures for 2 players. Ingram and Duncan, 2 freshmen, 11 and 10, respectively. Massanet. McElroy, 3 on the way. Bang, hits it home. 2 now double figures for the Eagles. McElroy and Massanet with 10 apiece. Johnson with 9. This is Snyder. Ingram looks for a pick. Into the floor, and she's going to be called either a foul or a travel. It's a travel as she goes down. McElroy helps her up. A little gimpy on the right side, but she's running it off. Willock to bring it in to McElroy. 7:16 to go here in period number 3. Willock. Massanat. Bakarova. On a good night, she had taken that 3. Massanet tries to get it inside to Willock. It goes off of her hands and out of bounds, and Coach Davis says, how did that go off of her? And Ingram brings the ball up the floor. Comes a double team to get out of her hands. Snyder with it. Back to Ingram. Going to get a pick from Miller. Willock on Snyder outside. I don't think Snyder be much of a three-point threat. Shot blocked. Johnson with it. Massonet. Willick running the floor. She's going to be called for a travel. She tipped the ball ahead with her hand, and then they said she took one too many steps. That's unfortunate. You hate to see your big player run down the floor and then not get credit for all that effort. Coach Davis, borderline technical. Nine-point advantage with 6.5 to go in the third period. Duncan with Bakarova on her. Inside it goes. No travel called there. Johnson with a rebound. Kicks it out. McElroy 1-on-3 to Bakarova. Oh, too far and out of her reach. Another turnover. That one will, Coach Davis applauds, but that'll drive him crazy because there wasn't any pressure there that caused that to happen. Ingram, 5'6" freshman out of Omaha. Snyder. Duncan with a long three. Hits it. She's got 13 in the ball game, and it's back to a 6-point ball game. J.C. Kennedy gets ready to check in. Willock. Bakarova tips it out to Massonet. Inside to Johnson. Back out. McElroy, another three for her. That one looks long. It is. Bakarova runs it down. High over to Willock. In the lane to Johnson. Spins. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Miller with her third personal foul. Kennedy in. Massonet out. Johnson 1 for 2 from the free throw line in this game. Alcantara back into the ball game for Peru. First free throw good. 3 players in double figures now for the Eagles. McElroy, Massonet, and Johnson. Back to an 8-point ball game. Looked early like the Lady Eagles were going to run away and hide. Lady Bobcats made a run, got back in the ball game in the second quarter. Duncan. Snyder double team, gets it out of there to Alcantara. All the way down to the corner. 2 players bump into each other from Peru trying to get to it, and there will be a foul called on Mosley. That's her third personal foul, I believe. It is her third. Samantha Stewart back into the ball game. And Mosley goes out. 3 on Mosley, 3 on Miller, 3 on Kennedy. There's Kennedy in the lane, and she's called for a travel. Duncan. Alcantara across midcourt. Back to Duncan. Ingram. Coach calls pistol for the play. This is Stewart. Duncan backs up. 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away. Alcantara gets it, throws it up, no good. But it hit rim. McElroy with the rebound to Kennedy. Bakarova got that one lined up and hits that one. Darina Bakarova, you knew it was just a matter of time. She was going to make one. She's got 5 in the ball game. Stewart to Ingram. Kennedy gets around the pick. Duncan with Bakarova on her. Duncan at 5'6", Bakarova at 6'1". Baseline, underneath. Scoops it up, but hits the bottom of the basket, and the foul is going to go on McElroy, and that'll be her second personal foul. She's down on the floor. McElroy comes up a little gimpy on the right side. Addison in. Robin Beck in. McElroy's going to go out. Stewart at the line. 67% free throw shooter, misses the first. 72% free throw shooting team. And that's about where they're at after that made one. 10-point advantage, just under 4. Addison, she's got 2 fouls. Kennedy inside to Willock, spins, and we're either going to have a travel or a blocking foul, and it looks like the foul is going to go on Samantha Stewart. Her second personal foul, and that will be free throws from here on out for the next 3:48 for the Lady Eagles. Willock at the line, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Hits that one. She got 6 in the ball game now. Make it 7. All the way to the hoop, putting it up too hard and missing. Willock with a rebound. As that was Duncan who missed. Addison steps through and puts it up off the glass. She's got 5 in the game. Ingram to the hoop in a hurry. Foul called on Kennedy, and that'll be her 4th personal foul on J.C. Kennedy. Coach Davis says you got 4. Be smart. You can't see her, but over on the far right-hand side out of your picture range, Alicia McElroy is jumping around and testing her ankle. Comes back to the bench, tells coach she's okay. Second free throw also good. 12-point advantage with 3:25 to go. Kennedy with 4 fouls has to play a little more cautiously. Addison, Kennedy, Bakarova, 3 in the air. Good. Back-to-back threes for Darina Bakarova. She's got 8 in the ball game, and it's a 15-point advantage. Ingram. Beck traps her. Bakarova with the steal. Down the floor, going to take it down and lay it up left-handed. Score. Now 4 players in double figures and a timeout called by Peru State. I think they'll have 3 left when we're all said and done with this. 49-42. And here comes the dance team out again. So let you watch them at least. You won't be able to hear the sound very well. This is the award-winning dance teams here at Central. While you're watching them, tell you the leading scorers. Haley Ingram with 13, as does Maddie Duncan. 5 for Jasenia Mosley. Keisha Snyder with 4. Samantha Stewart with 3. Julie Miller with 3. And Maria Alcantara with 1 for the Lady Eagles. Leah Johnson with 11. 10 for Bakarova. 10 for McElroy. 10 for Massonet. 7 for Willock. 5 for Addison. 4 for Beck. 2 for Allison French. So it's Addison, Massonet, Willock, Beck, and Bakarova on the floor. Horn blows inadvertently. That was the end of the timeout. Give me a chance to look and see. It looks like Stewart, Ingram, Duncan, Snyder, and Alcantara on the floor for Peru. Duncan with it, immediately double teamed. Back to Stewart, across to Ingram. She's got a big on her. And here comes Massonet to close that out in a hurry. Stolen by Willock. Bakarova. Beck, she likes that spot, didn't take it. Addison drives. Inside to Willick. She's going to go under the basket, come out on the other side, put it up and in. She's got 9. And all of a sudden, it's a 19-point advantage for the Eagles. Seen this a lot from Coach Davis. He has a halftime chat that seems to inspire them in one way or another, and they play pretty well in the third period of games. They played well to start with, and they're playing well right now. Snyder, Ingram, ball fake to the hoop, blocked, and a travel called on Haley Ingram. Willock out, Johnson in. Jasenia Mosley back in, Miller back in. 1:59 as Coach Holleran feels the game getting away, so he's gone back to players with a couple of fouls. Each have 3, and they're back in the ball game because he can't afford to wait for the fourth quarter to get them back in, as this lead has swelled. Peru has scored 11 points in this period. Bakarova hit 2 in a row, 3 in a row. Central has scored 25. They scored 25 in the first period, and they've scored 25 so far in this period. They're going to get to their 70-plus point average, and they're going to get there pretty quick, as the defense has been on lockdown here in quarter number 3. Ingram gets an open look, misses. Bakarova started to not go after it and let it go out of bounds, but was not sure that Duncan wasn't going to beat her to the ball, so she gets it, steps on the end line, and it's out of bounds. 20 seconds on the shot clock is what they're discussing right now. Duncan into Miller. Mosley knocked out of her hands by Massanet. Nana Massanet's had a very nice ball game, 10 points in the game. 5 assists for her as well. Into Ingram. Snyder. Ingram on a cut. Snyder wants to take a 3. Down the lane, runner on the way, and good. Keisha Schneider, her 6th point in the ball game. We'll mention that Lycia Peavy, their leading scorer, is not here today. Johnson misses, gets her own rebound, works it, wrestles it away from a Peru player, and then scores the basket. She's got 13 in the game. 22-point advantage. This is Duncan with it. Mosley tried to pass it off to Snyder. Around and scoop shot around Johnson. Johnson didn't foul, which is good because she's got 3. Last 12 seconds of this period on the way. Massanat. Bakarova, she's got 3 threes in a row. She's going to tee up a 4th, and that one's no good. Johnson with a rebound. And Mosley goes down to the turf after that collision with Leah Johnson. 66-46.
Thank you to our corporate partners for their continued support of CMU Athletics. The Vaughn Home, Jennings Premium Lease, Airline Core Rod Band, and Drill Hotels.
We'll be back here next Saturday when Grandview comes to town. Ladies game at 2, men's game at 4, and I will have a special guest with me next Saturday. Jim Ross, former basketball player here at Central Methodist, will jump in with me. He's also a high school broadcaster in the Troy area over up north of St. Louis. He's going to come in and help me out with the ball games, and that women's game will be Central Methodist, who should still be at least tied for first place in the South Division against the number 2 team in what team will be maybe tied for first place in the Northern Division. That would be Grandview. They have 1 loss. Clark got their first loss today. Lady Eagles with a big game at Benedictine on Wednesday, then come home. They got 2 tough games in a row. As Benedictine beat number 1 Clark today, 66-64 in overtime. And Grandview only has 1 loss on the season. And if I look at their overall standings, Grandview is 19-4 going into today, 11-1. And their only loss is to Clark. Beck, McElroy, Bakarova, Massanet, and Johnson. The 5 on the floor. McElroy from the corner scoops out a 3. Miller with a rebound. 25 points in the first quarter for the Lady Eagles. 27 in the third quarter. 14 in between. Stretch their lead out. They have up as much as 22. They're up 20 right now. Mosley to get it in. Ingram with it. She's done very well as a freshman in this ball game. She leads, co-leader with the other freshman. Johnson with a miss, and the FAR official calls a foul right in front of the official on the baseline, who didn't call it.
Foul is on the Eagles, number 24, Robin Beck.
Robin Beck with her first personal foul.
At the line for the Bobcats, Haley Ingram.
Ingram at the line. 75% free throw shooter, makes the first. Makes them both. McElroy, Beck, Massanet. She had a couple of threes early. Bakarova's has 3 threes in this half. Got another one on the way and hits that one. She's 4 of her last 5 out there. She's got 16, and now she's the leading scorer in the ball game for the Lady Eagles. She's averaging 15.2, got 16 of that now. Duncan tries to use a screen by Miller, now steps back for another one. Long 3, rim no good. Bakarova with a rebound. Behind her back to get away from traffic. In the corner, McElroy, baseline, tries to get it to Johnson, gets all the way back out to Beck for a 3, no good. And Stewart with a rebound. Duncan stops, pops, hits. She's got 15 in the game. Maddie Duncan, 5'6" freshman out of Hamburg, Iowa. Massanet. Massanet in the lane, turns, jumper halfway down, scoops out. Mosley with a rebound. Ahead to Duncan. 8:10 to go in the ball game. Stewart in the corner, baseline, has her shot not only blocked but just flat out taken away by Massanet. McElroy 3 on the way, back of the rim, no good. And Mosley with a rebound. Duncan ahead of the crowd, just to the hoop, lays it up and in. They let her go. Leads back to 17. Kennedy, Addison, and Willock get ready to check in. Pass behind Bakarova and another run out. Stewart hits the bottom of the rim. McElroy gets it. She wants to slow down and run an offense. They settle for a quick couple of shots and turnover. Beck. Back to McElroy. She's got a 3 on the way and hits it. Arlesia McElroy. And we've got a timeout. She's got 13. The lead's back to 20. I want to thank our corporate partners for their continued support of CMU Athletics. MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. They make the broadcasts here possible. Make it possible for Quentin and I to be here on ball games. I want to thank Quentin for his kind birthday wishes from about a week ago. I had my birthday on the 19th, and Quentin was not able to be here, but sent me several messages wishing me a happy birthday, so I appreciate that, Quentin. So, 7:08 to go. 72-52. I have to look at my scoreboard from time to time to make sure that it's correct. Scoring for the Eagles. Darina Bakarova now with all those threes that she's drained 4 of here. 16 points, 13 for McElroy, 13 for Johnson. 10 for Massanet, 9 for Willock, so they're about to have all 5 of their starters in double figures. 5 for Addison, 4 for Beck, 2 for French. 17 for Duncan, 15 for Ingram, 7 for Mosley. Ingram with it. Addison almost with the steal as Duncan has it. Mosley is there in attack mode right now. Miller tries to get it inside, tipped away by McElroy. She's got it. 1-on-4 to the hoop and can't get it to go as it just won't crawl over the front of the rim. Natasha Deal back into the ball game for Peru. Ingram getting a pick from Miller. Mosley in the corner. Down to the ground. Gets it out of there to Deal. She goes to the hoop. Tipped away from her, but she gets it back. Shoots it over Willock. Can't get it to go. Miller almost with the foul. Kennedy comes out with it. 6:13 to go. 20-point advantage. Massanet. Ball fake to the baseline. Kennedy. McElroy. Massanet. She'll take the 3 from there. Comes up short. Miller with a rebound. About on schedule. Eagles average 76 and give up 56. That's just about where we're at. Miller banks it up and in. 54. Peru's only scored 23 points in this second half so far. Eagles have scored 33. Willock inside. Now all 5 starters for the Lady Eagles in double figures. 74-54 as that gives Willock 11. Deal with McElroy on her. McElroy fouls and heads out. She's got 2 fouls. Second team foul. Snyder back in. Bakarova back in. Deal to inbound it. Mosley back to Deal. She's a 5'7" freshman from Winnebago, Nebraska. Duncan. Mosley goes through, gets bailed out with a foul. That goes on Massanet, I believe. Her first. Team's third. Duncan to bring it in underneath her own basket. To Mosley. Got a mismatch inside as Kennedy's got a smaller player, Willock, on the outside. Ball stripped on the floor. Tied up. It will be Peru basketball. .442. Vanessa Hughes into the lineup for the Lady Eagles. Massanet checks out. Into Miller in the lane, puts it on the floor. Hughes immediately fouls her into the ball game. Team foul number 4, first on Hughes. Miller at the line. 1 for 2 from there in the ball game. Back rims the first one, no good. Peru averages 68.8, so 69 a ball game, so they're just going to be underneath their average. Lady Eagles average 76.4, and they're going to get that with the next basket. Conversation between the officials. It was just a made free throw. I'm not sure what they could possibly be talking about. Maybe figuring out where they're going to eat on the way home. Kennedy. Hughes flashes. Addison. Bakarova to Willock through her hands. She saves it to Addison. Kicks it back out. Hughes tries to get it inside. Tipped away. Miller with a steal. And Willock with a steal. Hughes ahead, 3-on-2. To the hoop, puts it up, no good. Ingram with a rebound. And there will be a foul on Kennedy if it is. Nope, that's on Bakarova. Her first, but that will send Peru State to the line. Haley Ingram at the line. Stewart back in. Deal checks out. Ingram a 75% free throw shooter. She's got 16 now. 17, that ties for the team high. She and Duncan both with 17, both freshmen. Guard play is settled here for the next few years at Peru. Kennedy, Bakarova, she's a junior. Hughes, Kennedy, sophomore. Bakarova, corner, that one's long. Duncan with the ball. Both Duncan and Ingram listed at 5'6". Stewart underneath the basket, reverse layup good, and a timeout called. It'll be a full timeout. So, here comes the cheerleaders, the Poms, the dance team. So we'll let you see them. We were going to go to a commercial, but this is more important than a commercial. 74-59, so the Lady Eagles have given up more points than they normally do. 9 more points or 10 will get Peru to their average. They give up 69. The Lady Eagles already have 74. Addison, Kennedy, Willock, Bakarova. Depending on how good Addison's arm is, Bakarova could, oh, there comes somebody else off the bench. And Hughes. Massanet wants to check in, but is not allowed to until the next dead ball. Addison, Kennedy. Back to Addison across midcourt. Back to Kennedy. Bakarova. Hughes. Double team, looks for somebody. Kennedy has it. Willock kicks it out. Addison going to drive lane. Pull up jumper. Bank shot. No good. Willock's going to run it down, or at least try to. Snyder. But Willock knocks it out of bounds, and it will go to Peru. And now Massanet and McElroy back in. Hughes and Kennedy go out. Again, it's the coaches versus cancer games. Miller, almost stolen by Addison. She'll bring it across half court. Get caught in the air. Loses the ball. Willock knocked it away. McElroy to the hoop. Lays it up and in. She's got 15 in the game now. She averages 20.2. Stewart runs into a triple team. Gets out of there. Ingram got a 3 lined up. Too hard. McElroy lost the handle on it to Stewart. And McElroy picks up a foul. And Stewart will go to the line and shoot a pair. McElroy, that's her 4th, I believe. Her 4th.
At the line for the Bobcats, number 32,
Kennedy with 4. McElroy with 4. And we'll have another conference. Perhaps he's figured out a better place to have dinner afterwards. That's the 5th foul, so whether it was a shooting foul or not, it's 2. And she was the one who was fouled. So I'm not sure what we're talking about. We are overanalyzing the game of basketball. It is a 17-point advantage with 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go, and we're having a conversation about something that has nothing to do with shooting free throws. Fans are starting to get a little unhappy, uneasy about this, and they're starting to tell the ref, let's play. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Let's play. And each stoppage we've had has included the same official. So now we'll get free throws. Good by Stewart. She's got 6 in the ball game. Misses the second one. Addison with a rebound. Gets out of there. McElroy with her 4 fouls walks it across half court. Lady Eagles on their average. Willock inside. Turns. Reverses. Can't get it to go, but a foul will be called. That's Miller, and that'll be her 4th personal foul. So Eternity Willock to the free throw line, where she is 3 for 4 on the day. Probably just cursed her. Scoops out. Her misses have been close, but they just haven't gotten a shooter's roll on it. Second one is good. And we've got a substitute. Autumn Rivera checks in. Addison checks out. Nope, Addison's out on the floor, so somebody else checked out. Stewart to the hoop. Scoop shot up and in. She's got 8 in the ball game now. Addison thought about it. Coach Davis says, no. Want to run the clock. Addison. Bakarova in the lane. Too hard, no good. Tipped around. Willock had her hands on it, but it goes out of bounds off of her. Johnson with 8 rebounds. 7 rebounds for Willock. Lead the Lady Eagles. Miller on the floor. Lost the handle on it. Willock had it for a second. Mosley. Duncan with a 3 on the way and good. She's got 20 in the ball game now. Rivera and Willock, 2 you would not expect to be handling the ball very much. McElroy, corner. She'll dribble it back out with 1:15 to go. Addison underneath. Willock, bank shot too hard under the glass, off the glass. And Miller with a rebound. Down the floor, but ill-advised pass as Addison picks it off. 1-on-2, gets past the 2. Bakarova hands it back 2. We're under a minute to go. And we just want to get some substitutes into the game. Kennedy back in. French in. Addison out. McElroy out. So Willock and Bakarova, the only starters still on the floor. This is Rivera with the ball. 15 on the shot clock. 12-point advantage. My math not very good. Rivera, jumper on the way. Good. Autumn Rivera with her first points of the game. And we've got another stop. And I don't know if we have a warning or they're worried about the score. I love the monitor and the replay system. I think it's overused, and we don't call anything without wanting to go look at it because I don't know what they're looking at.
Very interesting.
It was a free throw line jumper, so you're not talking about a three-point play. You're not talking about, it was 77, so they put 2 up on the scoreboard. The clock was running, so maybe that's it. Maybe they want to put another second on the clock in hopes that Peru can score 14 points with that extra second being added back on. We're going to spend 2 minutes to decide to put 1 second on the board. And again, it's the same official involved in this that has slowed this game down to a crawl. We were on track to get this over with for the men's game to start at 4 o'clock. That's not the case anymore. It's 3:46, and they'll take 20 minutes between, so it's going to be almost 4:10. You're right, Quentin, when we get ready to get started as we look, and then we decide to come over and do what? 37.1 is what's on the clock. And they put 41 seconds on the clock. Oh, that 3 seconds will make a difference. Ingram with the ball. Kennedy on her. Kennedy's got 4 fouls, tipped away by Willock out of bounds. Out of bounds. 18 on the shot clock, 29 on the game clock. Duncan with it. French on her. Stewart trying to get it inside. Duncan with another 3. She's been good at that. Misses that one. Knocked out of bounds off of Rivera and a collision with a dance team member as Samantha Stewart did a nice job out of bounds knocking that back off of Rivera and then ran into a dancer. 17.7, shot clock off as they get a new 20. Miller. Stewart drives again, banks it up and in. 3.5 seconds, so she got that basket on the extra 3 seconds that they gave her. And that'll do it. Final score 79-67. Final score. Scoring in the ball game for Peru State. Maddie Duncan with 20. Haley Ingram 17. Samantha Stewart with 10. Jessica Mosley was 7. Keisha Snyder was 6. Julie Miller was 6. Maria Alcantara with 1. For the Eagles, Darina Bakarova 16. Arlisha McElroy 15. Leah Johnson 13. Eternity Willock 12. Nana Massanet 10. 5 for KD Addison. 4 for Robin Beck. 2 for Autumn Rivera. 2 for Allison French. 79-67 is the final. We will be back in about 5 minutes or so. There won't be any audio for a little bit as we get things switched over and set up. Men are out on the court, so we'll call it from here. 79-67 is the final score. Lady Eagles go to 19-4 overall, 9-4 in the Heart. Peru State 8-13 in the Heart, or 8-13 overall, 3-9 in the Heart. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so here on the Heart